I don't know. It seems kind of grim, but okay. Um. All right. Hey, Rich.
Are you there?
I was waiting for you to
I,
say something.
I didn't realize I had to answer.
Hey, Rich.
Okay, I'll answer then. I thought you were just going to say, hey, Rich, what's your
What's your opinion on hardware, criticism, and coffins? But most importantly, coffins.
hardware criticism coffins?
Coffins. Let's go with
Alright,
coffins. What do you think about coffins these days?
coffins. Well, kind of a waste of wood, I guess.
So, if I recall correctly, the point of a coffin was to that you would bury the person and it prevent like burrowing animals and such at getting at the corpse.
Yeah, I guess you don't want that to happen. That's going to really affect them.
Yeah, keep the rats out and such.
Yeah, and it's just convenient, I suppose, to stop the body from flaming about as you lower it into a hole.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, instead of having to carry the limp corpse, you just
Yeah,
have it in a
it
box with handles.
doesn't look very dignified.
I wouldn't imagine so, no.
Just imagine if the. Well, I guess at some point probably nobody thought of using a coffin. You
Well,
know,
no, they used to just go straight into the ground.
yeah, and just not even dig a hole. Just throw stones over the top.
Okay, so yeah, why did they need the coffin then? If the burying them in the ground worked well enough.
On the ground? Or in the ground?
In the ground.
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean, to give it some dignity, I guess.
Were they expecting to bring them back up?
I doubt it.
Right? Because, like, surely you'd keep them in the box so that when you brought them back up, you could open up the box again and be like, oh, yeah, still dead. Okay.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's like a symbolic thing as well. Keep them protected, like you said, from animals, but also just outside influences so that the spirit could sleep calmly without being disturbed.
So, yeah, it's a
Yes.
bit of a comfort thing.
Yeah, but I think probably firstly it's like practical, just so you don't be carrying around your limp relative, like you said, and
So
arms.
they just had like a gurney, and then they figured, oh, we might as well just put the gurney in with them.
Yeah, maybe some people just objected to seeing dead bodies, so they hid it in a box.
Oh, that could be it too. Yeah, don't want to see folks dead.
Yeah.
But then again, the whole open casket's a thing, so I don't know why.
Oh yeah, but you beautify that though. You fill
So,
them full of juices.
so when you inevitably go sometime in the next 5 years, what do you think you would be? Do you think you're of the opinion that you'd want to go in a coffin?
Um, I guess it seems this is this conversation has gone down rapidly.
What, you don't want to think about your mortality?
Not really, no, but but no, I know it is something people think about, but when you're actually faced with it, it
Yeah.
doesn't come. There's no good response really.
Well,
But
okay, let's think about it. What are our options? When you kick the bucket, what are your options? You've got a burial by coffin.
acid,
What?
acid bath.
What, they just dissolve you into a liquid?
There probably is a service like that, but I was just thinking if you kind of had the misfortune of being disposed of by a serial killer or something, then that's pretty high chance that might be the way that you go.
Oh, no, I mean like
Yeah, no,
you've died of old age. Like I don't mean like
I know what you
what someone
mean.
could do to you. Cuz like anyone could take you and chop you up with a chainsaw and chuck you in a dumpster, you know. That's not how you want to be buried.
No, it's not your choice. No.
No. Then again, that is my preferred choice.
Yeah. I guess frozen. That's an option these days. You can be frozen.
Yeah, I guess you can.
Yeah, but that's not really getting rid of the problem.
So do they just have big buildings with like a bunch of freezers in them, and they just
guess so.
You just pay like an annual fee or something, and they just keep you down there?
Yeah, I think that's... Who knows where these places are? Some industrial, suburban industrial estate.
Okay, so there's freezing. You can freeze yourself, right? But let's keep in mind that's kind of costly. Like you're paying a pretty high premium for the freezing method.
Yeah.
Because the whole idea of the freezing method is that the chance and hope of you coming back is there, right?
Yeah. You can be somehow ailed.
Ailed?
Yeah, is that a word?
Turned into an ale and drunk?
I was thinking like ailed of your ailments.
That's right, grandson. When I go, I want you to put me in the freezer, and when a time comes, you can turn my body into ale. It is my dying wish to be consumed by a liquid. Oh, that's messed up. Okay, so there's freezing, and then there's the obvious... Would you say burial by coffin is the most common?
Probably, or just cremation, I guess.
Yeah, right. So there's cremation as well, which is you get burnt to a crisp, to ashes, and you either get kept in a little jar or a vase, or you get thrown around. It's like
just chucked up into the air.
Well, I know there's quite a lot of good sentimental uses I've heard of for cremated ashes, where people like mix them into concrete for like certain buildings, or even I seem to recall, I don't remember who, but they had their ashes mixed into the concrete that made their statue.
Oh, yeah.
So like in a sense their statue is them.
Yeah. You can have a mini one as well, just a tabletop statue.
Yeah. How much do you think? Okay, so I know funerals in general cost a lot of money, but coffins alone, what do you think a cheap coffin would go for these days?
A cheap one?
Yeah, like, I mean, sure enough, you could make one out of plywood for like $15, but...
Maybe 500?
$500? Okay, so let's be real. Let's get real here. How much would you be willing to spend on your coffin?
Yeah. I don't think that's something I've got to decide. Well, it is probably, but...
Well, that's the thing, yeah, because if you're in charge of choosing, you're going to spend as much as you want. Because, like, it doesn't matter to you anymore.
Yeah, but who's going to pay for it? I'd rather use up all of my available funds than leave nothing.
Okay, so I'm looking at Amazon right now.
Amazon?
Yep, you can order coffins on Amazon. Completely legit one, like 6-foot tall coffins.
Huh.
I'm imagining they're for movie props and such, probably, but nothing saying you can't use it.
No. Apart from the whole legality of burial, that you have to...
Is there standards?
Well, probably, but I mean, you can't just bury someone in your back garden.
Well, no. Well, no, yeah, you can. Can't you?
You can. Well, I think you've got to get a special permit, though, probably.
You have to apply to the government and say, can I bury so-and-so here?
Probably. Unless it's different. Well, I'm sure it is different in certain countries, but...
Anyway, so these coffins on Amazon, I'm looking at them right now. We've got a cheap one here. It looks like maybe a prop for $116. And then the one next to it looks like a proper one, a cherry wood casket coffin for $2,000.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
How do you feel about that? $2,000 for a box your rotting corpse is gonna sit in.
Well, is it
It looks
lined with an expensive interior.
Oh yeah, it's lined here. It is lined with like white fabric, and it's proper cherry wood too, with nice gold handling and such. It's quite the thing. Individually hand polished and sanded. It is 83 inches long and 28 inches wide.
Very roomy.
Yeah. Here's okay.
Well, you could just get one now and you can practice.
Well, that's the thing. What can you use a coffin for besides being dead? I mean, it's not really the most comfortable thing to sleep in, I can't imagine. Right?
No. Good storage box, though.
I guess, yeah, you could... But I don't know, it's kind of large.
Yeah, well, you can leave it down the side of one of your walls and...
You could store your mannequins in it!
Or it's a place you could put cushions in it.
That's true, it could just be like, genius.
Yeah.
Okay, no, here's a big brain genius idea. You get one that has like a coffee table style top to it.
Yeah.
So you use it as your coffee table, and then when you finally kick the bucket, you can use it for that.
Yeah, dual purpose.
Because you're literally spending $2,000 on this thing, $2,000, and you're only going to use it once.
Yeah, and you won't be aware.
Yeah, exactly. You're not even aware if it's good or not. My goodness. And imagine it on the other end. Imagine you had to purchase this for someone else, right? It's like, Rich.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, like let's say my folks kick the bucket tomorrow, and I've got to help shell out to buy a $2,000 coffin.
Well,
I'm not getting any use out of it. Surely,
very thoughtful of you.
I mean, yeah, but surely, you should be able to get some use out of it. I don't think $2,000 is worth it for the decorative aspect here.
No, well, that's why people go really cheap, I guess. Some people, I'm sure they.
Okay,
they go
this
cheap.
this one's a bit better. It looks a bit more tame, let's say. It's a Norwich poplar casket. It's only $1,400. That's a bit better, I guess.
$600 saving.
Yeah, save $600. And this one's actually... So this one has a flat top to it. So you could use this as a coffee table.
That's what you're focused on now. Just alternative uses, household use.
I can't really think of what else you could use the coffin for other than storage, because
maybe a child's canoe. The family canoe.
Yeah. That way you can use it to ride down the river Styx.
Yeah, fun family.
Yeah.
Family use.
Oh my god.
Each family member could have their own canoe slash coffin.
And if they happen to die on a canoeing accident, it's just convenient overall. It's a self-sealing product.
Yeah. I bet there's been somebody, historically there definitely has, but people have been buried in boats. I was just thinking some canoe enthusiasts. They're like, I want my coffin shaped like a canoe.
Oh my goodness. There's some really awful shaped coffins and designed coffins and such, especially bad ones you see are ones for kids, which is kind of a messed up thing to think about, coffins for kids.
Yeah.
But then they take it a next step further, and they'll have fucking Disney shit stickers on it, or they'll have a Spongebob casket. How many levels of deranged do you have to be on to think, yeah, that's what my child would go out feeling comfortable in,
Yeah, or just they might, but is that the kind of thing you want to?
Yeah, is that the kind of thing you want them to rest in? It's just, okay. This is a serious statement. To anyone watching, if I die, I want to be put in a casket with SpongeBob stickers on it.
Oh, not just SpongeBob shapes, just SpongeBob stickers.
Yeah, I want SpongeBob stickers, and I want glitter. I want a bunch of glitter on it. And I oh, man.
You don't want SpongeBob shape, though?
No, yeah, the one I saw, like, that was shaped like a SpongeBob, yeah.
Yeah. Well, might as well go the whole hog.
But that just seems like so, just gross. Anyway, though, so coffins.
On a lighter note.
On a lighter note, coffins kind of costly. Meanwhile, it's giving me a bunch of other suggested items, like urns for ashes and such. The most expensive one I'm seeing here is like $220, which is a hell of a lot cheaper than a coffin.
Yeah, but then you gotta fit the person into the urn, though. That doesn't come cheap.
I've got to cram them in. How do they bloody fit in here? They don't. Can't even fit a leg in.
Not even a finger.
Okay, let's talk about logistics here. So a coffin, you're looking at, okay, let's say a base bare bones coffin, like $500 probably, right?
Yeah, cheapest.
Like you'd feel comfortable being buried in a $500 box, right?
Well, I would. Yeah. Not everybody.
What about a $200 box? Is that getting a bit too low for you?
$10 cardboard.
You're okay with going in a cardboard box?
Well, I would be if that was...
Keep in mind, this is on record, so if you ever do keel over, Jess is going to be like, no, he said it. I'm sorry, it's right here. I don't have to shell out. It's right here.
Yeah, well, it just depends what's legal, though. You have to follow... pretty sure there's strict legal kind of...
Right.
You know, laws that you have to follow, but... Well, I was going to say, like, you asked me, you know, what I would choose. At this point, not that I think about it too often, but... but I don't know, at this point, if there was such a thing, I feel like my ideal would be some kind of, you know, like, vessel, I guess, that you need to be in something. It wouldn't be very respectful, like we said, just to carry the flame. Yeah, it's a container. And then basically, it doesn't matter what it is, but the whole point is that a tree has to grow over it.
Has to grow over it?
Yeah, like on it.
Okay.
That is the only thing that I find. That is the thing I find most.
So you're the type of person who would rather have a tree than a tombstone.
Yeah, I would. I think they're kind of ugly, tombstones.
Trees? Like... Yeah, trees are gross.
Oh, but like that's the only thing that I find respectable to me. I don't think anything else seems right, I guess.
Okay. So
well, like, you could just burn somebody and then just throw them up in the air, but it just that's fine. But then you're just scattered, like you're just gone. There's
okay, but what if so and so burns you and scatters you over a plot of land where the tree grows? How about that?
Yeah, but then that's fine, I guess. But there's no distinct kind of. There's nothing to head for. Like, if you could do that, and then say, like, a giant tree grew there, if anyone did remember you or visit it, they could be like, you know...
That tree's made of rich.
Basically, yeah, it literally would be.
So you'd be fine with that, though?
Yeah.
Or do you...
Yeah, it doesn't matter about the vessel.
Or do you want your bones to stay intact?
Well, is there an option?
Well, I'm just saying, when you get cremated, your bones, they get roasted and ground too, you know?
Well, exactly, yeah. It doesn't matter, but I feel like... Yeah, I feel like it... You might as well just be under the tree, basically.
Okay, so long story short, we're gonna be planting a tree for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I just think in a regular graveyard, that's not how it's done. Obviously, there's trees around, but they're not.
They're not markers, no.
No. So, but there are some places you can obviously. There must be that service where you can pay to have that done.
Do you think there's a funeral forest of sorts?
Yeah, there would be, but I think I remember seeing an advert or a story about one. I don't know if it's called like, I don't know, Earth Pod or Death Pod. Yeah, there's services where they have it all so basically at the funeral, at the burial, to make it look like some kind of, to actually make it appear like a genuine thing. They have the vessel, casket, whatever, underneath, and then the tree is somehow attached to it. So they just plant the whole thing in one go, and straight away, done.
Oh, so like it's kind of like a planter, but it goes in the ground still?
Yeah, it's a planter. It has a living tree attached to it, but it also just has a body dangling underneath.
So like the roots slowly go in and eat you up and just.
Yeah, it's attached. So.
What?
Well, I mean, like.
It sounds so morbid when you're thinking about it now, but like it's just a thing. You know, you're dead. What does it matter?
Yeah. I don't know. To me, that is the preferred route of exit. Preferred exit route.
Well, okay, let's say you're really strapped for cash. What do you think your cheapest method is? That you have to do legally. Like, it has to be legally your cheapest method of burying someone.
Probably just declare bankruptcy and hope that the government does it.
Okay, sure, fine, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, I guess probably just being cremated.
So just going. Okay, so how does it work? Like, someone dies, you call 911. They pick up the body, and then I guess do they take it to the hospital and try to figure out how they died? Or did they
suspicious circumstances, I guess.
Yeah, okay, so if it's just like an old person who's just gone of natural causes, do they just take them straight to the, like, where do they go now?
Well, the morgue, I guess.
Okay, so they go to the morgue, and then from there, that's where you have to go in and be like, okay, there's what we want done?
Well, the funeral home deals with it.
So I guess you have to be signed up with a specific funeral home before they die, right?
Probably not. No, you could just go to a funeral home and say, you know, loved one has died, what are you going to do about it?
Okay, but who keeps the body in the meantime?
The morgue.
Is the morgue like a government-run thing, or are they their own?
Yeah, I think so. But like, say if nobody, what's the word?
Claims?
ID. Nobody collected the body, kind of thing. Well, it was just a John Doe, whatever, unknown person.
Okay.
Then after a certain amount of time, I guess they just bury them in a government plot, or just dispose of them in a.
What?
Well, there must be people that they don't get identified, don't get collected, kind of thing.
So like a big nameless grave plot thing.
Yeah, just a homeless person, whatever, or somebody that has no family.
Are you sure? Are you sure they don't cremate them in that case? Because surely cremation would be cheaper than actually burying them.
Well, yeah, probably they do. You've answered your own question there.
So the government will take your body, assuming no one claims you, and they will roast you to smithereens, and then I guess just pour you out in a field somewhere?
Yeah, just down the drain. Just, or maybe they have like a venting, like a rocket kind of launching system where they just fire up into the air. Just straight from the building. They just got like a...
It's like a confetti cannon, but it's for the ashes.
Yeah, just straight out the roof.
Okay, I changed my mind. People watching, I changed my mind. I don't want to get buried in the Spongebob casket. When I go, I want to get cremated and put into a confetti cannon and shoot.
Yeah.
That's so messed up.
Fired into yeah, along with actual confetti. Not a bad.
That's so messed up.
Maybe fireworks as well. You could just go like, just fire up and then bang, big explosion.
That's probably a thing. No, okay, you joke about that, but I feel like I've heard about that. It's like people will mix your ashes in with fireworks.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I changed my mind again. I don't want to go in the confetti cannon. Put me in a firework. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
That would be a different service though.
Yeah, it would be quite the show.
Gathered around and then like this is where the party starts. Say goodbye to Granddad. He is going out in a bang.
Literally.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
With a bang, in a bang.
All right, so I'm looking because we have a cremation place locally around here, right? And I'm looking on their website, and they don't really have like a set price or anything.
No.
Which is, yeah, I guess you'd have to consult them.
Yeah.
They do have a flower service though. They deliver flowers. Yeah. Let's see. Looks like our priciest bouquet we can send is $150.
That's the priciest?
The one that I see, yeah. Who do they send them to?
The service?
Well, that's the thing. Do the flowers go to? Yeah. Where do they go? Who's getting these flowers? Who's paying for these flowers?
The family.
Are you sure it's not one of those situations where like you sign up ahead of time, you die, and then they send the flowers to the people who are alive with like a note saying they've keeled over if they're like far away or something? Or no, that wouldn't make sense. Why would you? Yeah.
I'm sure you could do that, but that's not the standard.
Who's getting these flowers, Rich? They have same day hand delivery.
Well, to the actual service though, isn't it? It must be.
But this is the cremation place.
Yeah, but they'd have a service. People want to see flowers there.
Oh, okay, so that's it.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be. You're like, okay, we're having a cremation, but I'd like you to send the flowers to my next door neighbor.
I don't know. That might be a thing. Who knows? That's probably a thing. So yeah, it's kind of a shame they don't have a price tag on it, but I'm just gonna go out and assume that the cheapest method is cremation.
Yeah, illegal. I would imagine it probably is.
And then like once they're ashes, you can do whatever the hell you want with them. You know, you can just keep them in a box, put it in a river.
Yeah, put them in a city flower bed.
Yeah, just put them in the trash even if you just
mix them in with your.
Don't do that. Don't do that with my ashes. Don't put them in the garbage. Put them in the firework. I swear. So you're set on coffins then. You think you're gonna be put in your little pod and you're gonna be buried with your tree. Do you have a spot? Do you have a spot in mind?
Not really, no.
Okay, would you rather it be here or back home? Because that's kind of important.
Well, yeah, but
because what does it cost to send a corpse across the ocean? Because you don't have to put it on a plane seat. You can put it down in like the fucking luggage if you want.
You can. You can't just sit in economy.
No, I don't think they would feel comfortable just putting a propped up corpse in economy.
What about the overhead baggage container?
just stuff you in the upper head bin. No, but
I don't think it wouldn't fit the size requirements, though.
No, you'd have to take and put your head as like a carry-on bag, and then the rest of you could be in luggage.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, legitimately, do you think you'd rather be here or over there?
Now?
No, I mean like when you're dead, where would you rather be buried?
Well, yeah, I know, but let's assume that I would be an old man.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, well, I think it would just be wherever I felt most, I don't know, homely at the time. Who knows what that will be?
Okay, let's change it. Boom. As soon as I snap my fingers, you're dead, okay? There, you're dead, alright? For no apparent reason, you've just keeled over and died right now. Hello, Rich? Are you there?
Yeah.
Rich, hello? No one's there? Oh my god, Rich, are you okay? All of a sudden, you hear Jess running in. There's crying, screaming, and no one knows what's going on. A couple days go by. Now Jess has to decide where she's going to bury you. Like, surely she's not going to send you over. She's not going to send you overseas. Right?
Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe fireworks. That would be safest. You don't have to think about. There's no long-term kind of destination plans. It could literally just be the air.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, so you do want to do the pod idea, right?
Yeah, but
because if you get cremated, they can put you anywhere you want. But if you're stuck in a tree seed, it's kind of tricky to maneuver you around and the tree.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's getting a bit too real now.
Well, these are the things you got to think of when you're at your age. You never know when you never know when it could just pop up and occur.
Yeah. Well, I guess following what I said, I guess it would be just wherever was closest to where you were living, I suppose.
So you'd be fine being buried in like the local graveyard then.
Yeah, I guess.
With your tree pod thingy.
Yeah.
Assuming they'd let you.
I don't think that's allowed though. It has to be a specific location, probably, or maybe it can be anywhere, but you need to get a special permit, I would think.
So as long as they're okay with it and you're not like digging under electrical lines and crap.
Yeah, I don't know, like it must be a specific, like can you imagine though, getting permission to be on your own land, but then when the house is, even if it's a lot of land that you own, like when it's out of the family and somebody else randomly buys it, I don't think many people would be comfortable with knowing that there is a...
Kind of like how you are now? Kind of like your situation literally right now?
Well, yeah, but...
Are you comfortable with the corpse in your backyard?
Well, I'm sure there are a few. But animals, I would hope.
Oh, you think they're all animal corpses?
I would hope so.
Now, let's describe this quote-unquote grave you mentioned earlier. What makes you think that it is a grave back there?
What? On our land, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, one is because I buried our cat there, so that one...
What, you made a marker or a cross for it or something?
No, I planted a tree over it.
Okay.
Obviously. haven't you been listening?
Oh yeah, I forgot the tree method is your go-to.
Yeah, so I know about that one, but then it was just this other suspicious, like, I guess dog-sized area that was near a tree, actually, but that was probably just coincidental, but there's like a dog-sized very green patch of grass.
Okay. So
so
it's not an actual person's grave. I thought you were saying it was an actual person, like with
I said hopefully. Hopefully it's some kind of animal.
So as far as you know, it could be.
Yeah, it could be a small child. Like I would hope that.
Oh man, it very well could be.
There's like a green patch of grass, and straight away I was like, "This is strange. Like, why is it so green there?" So I went over and looked, and then there's like a ring of stones. Well, not a ring, but like an oblong.
Oh,
you know,
well then you know it's for sure a thing then. Like it's gotta be if there's like laid out stone markers.
Well, yeah, but it probably happened like decades ago. Well, maybe not decades, but it's overgrown. It's not a recent thing.
It's not fresh or nothing.
Yeah, it's probably like at least 10 years old. So yeah, and then there's just like this ring of stones, and I think the ground was slightly mounded. Yeah, everything was just making me think that probably whoever lived here buried their dog there or something.
Probably a dog then, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, but it didn't do anything to me.
Definitely not a person who stumbled onto your property drunk and disoriented, who you then proceeded to kill and bury on your property, because that definitely did not happen, right?
No, that's no. It's for sure an animal, I would think.
Yes, definitely did not happen. That the occurrence that I described has never happened, and definitely didn't, and we will not tolerate any speculation that it did. Okay?
No, because it didn't happen.
Exactly, it didn't happen. Oh wait, I gotta think of an outro for this. What are we gonna do for an outro for this episode?
An out joke?
Outro, like some sort of ending note, something that's nice and good, and I wanted to do something playing off the fact that you definitely didn't kill somebody. I can't. Maybe that's the outro right there.
What? Just. I definitely didn't kill somebody.
I'm keeping that audio. I'm exposing you to the world now, Rich. Your secrets are now known.